it's time to set sail.
I'm trying, but it's too heavy. Yeah. Oh, I guess I got stuck on something.
Hang on for the loop.
4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
I'm Ricky.
I'm Jamie. Ricky, have you ever been on a boat?
Hesitantly, yes. Big open water terrifies me because if you look at a globe or a planet, there's more of it than there is not of it. But boats are good because they keep you afloat.
Great answer, Ricky. Very precise.
How about you, Jamie?
I have been on a pontoon boat multiple times. It's a ton of fun because I go tubing in the back.
So like you were like in the little donut thing and then...
I was on top of the donut and then whee, and then whoa, and then that's me under the water. But then
This episode is all about setting sail into the future. It's all about hope.
Hope is the anticipation that a better day is on the way.
It's thinking about what happens next and expecting something bright.
And sometimes when we talk about hope, we talk about what it's anchored in, like a boat anchor.
So we're talking about boats and we're talking about hope, starting with what it is and what it isn't.
It's time to start.
It is time to start. As Roger and Nancy look on, men are taking away the gangplank. Next, they see this man loosening a large rope which held the boat fast to the pier. Our boat's big wheels churn the water as we back away from the pier.
So let's say you want to describe the feeling of anticipating a future that's better than the present. You might be giddy or excited or maybe unsure, but most of us know that experience. We call it hope. It's a state of anticipation, and it's crucial for healthy human existence. And it's a really important concept in the Bible. In fact, there are many words for hope in the ancient languages of the Bible, and they're all fascinating. In the Old Testament, there are two main Hebrew words translated as hope. The first is yachal, which means simply to wait for. Like in the story of Noah and the ark, as the flood waters recede, Noah had to yachal for weeks. The other Hebrew word is kavah, which also means to wait. It's related to the Hebrew word kav, which means cord. When you pull a kav tight, you produce a state of tension until there's release. That's kavah, the feeling of tension and expectation while you wait for something to happen. The prophet Isaiah depicts God as a farmer who plants vines and kavahs for good grapes. Or the prophet Micah talks about farmers who both kavah and yachal for morning dew to give moisture to the land. So in biblical Hebrew, hope is about waiting or expectation. But waiting for what? Biblical hope is based on a person, which makes it different from optimism. Optimism is about choosing to see in any situation how circumstances could work out for the best. But biblical hope is not focused on circumstances. In fact, hopeful people in the Bible often recognize there's no evidence things will get better, but you choose hope anyway. Like the prophet Hosea, he lived in a dark time when Israel was being oppressed by foreign empires, and he chose hope when he said God could turn this valley of trouble into a door of hope, like the day when Israel came up from the land of Egypt. God had surprised his people with redemption back in the days of the Exodus, and he could do so again. So it's God's past faithfulness that motivates hope for the future. You look forward by looking backward, trusting in nothing other than God's character. It's like the poet of Psalm 39 who says, "And now, O Lord, what else can I kavah for? You are my yachal." In the New Testament, the earliest followers of Jesus cultivated the similar habit of hope. They believed that Jesus' life, death, and resurrection was God's surprising response to our slavery to evil and death. The empty tomb opened up a new door of hope, and they used the Greek word elpis to describe this anticipation. The Apostle Peter said that Jesus' resurrection opened up a living hope, that people can be reborn, to become new and different kinds of humans. More than once, the Apostle Paul says the good news about Jesus announces the El Pis of glory. In both cases, this El Pis is based on a person, the risen Jesus, who has overcome death. And this hope wasn't just for humans. The apostles believed that what happened to Jesus in the resurrection was a foretaste of what God had planned for the whole universe. In Paul's words, it's a hope that creation itself will be liberated from slavery to corruption into freedom when God's children are glorified. So Christian hope is bold, waiting for humanity and the whole universe to be rescued from evil and death. And some would say it's crazy, and maybe it is. But biblical hope isn't optimism based on the odds. It's a choice to wait for God to bring about a future that's as surprising as a crucified man rising from the dead. Christian hope looks back to the risen Jesus in order to look forward. And so we wait. That's what the biblical words for hope are all about.
Hi, I'm Noah, and this is my segment called Nuggets with Noah. I'm here to dispense some wisdom. I'm not a vending machine, but I do have food. What is something that makes you feel hopeful right now? Well, I am hopeful that I get to eat all these chicken nuggets. But other than that, there are some verses in the Bible that you can read on a daily basis that just make you feel like there's a bright future ahead. Especially if you look in Psalms. That's a good one. When was the last time you felt hopeful and how did it feel? A few days ago, I was sitting down, eating some nuggets, obviously. That's what I do. My phone rang. And my industrial-sized microwave was on its way. I was so excited because do you know how many chicken nuggets you can put in an industrial-sized microwave? What's in the future for nuggets? Okay, so you know those little packets that you get in the wintertime that warm up your hands? Instead of putting it in like that weird bag thing, you make it so that the chicken nuggets heat themselves up. You don't need a microwave, you don't need an oven, you don't need anything. You just take the chicken nugget, shake it up, and it starts getting warm.
I really hope that nuggets stay as tasty as they are.
May that never ever change.
As you can tell, we have some kind of anchor challenge going on here.
Yes, these are our hope ropes with our anchor at the bottom, and we're going to have to use this to fish out the word hope from the ocean in front of us.
We have to stay behind this line, and the first person to spell hope
doesn't have to drink the bottom of the ocean smoothie.
You ready?
Okay, all right, on 3.
All right.
1, 2, 3. Are we actually going?
Oh, yes, we are.
We are?
Oh. Hoping, doing, hoping letters. I want to get
that. That's a great song. Oh,
you.
I've almost got an H.
I do too. No, don't you have to get it? Oh.
I got an O.
Come on, bottle of the Ocean Smoothie. Choose Jamie, choose Jamie.
No! That's my H!
Oh, this is anyone's game. Right now, Jamie has an O, and I have O and P.
Oh my God!
That's right.
No way!
Here we go.
No way!
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Come on. Oh! No! I will share that H with you.
Oh,
we both got the E. Wait, it's out here. You need to go fish that
Oh, you're right, I do. Come on, pee! I've never wanted to pee so bad in my life.
Good night, everybody. Give me an H. Give me an O. Give me a P. And then you got hop. You add an E to it. Hope.
Yay, Ricky. Go, Ricky, go.
So Jamie has to eat her letters.
That'd be better than the bottom of the ocean smoothie, I think.
Oh, it definitely will be.
2021. I know some of us tremble at the thought of that year. And by some of us, I mean me. I'm some of us. But that was the year I began to discover what real hope is. Oh, and you're probably wondering, why is this girl in a closet? But to be fair, this isn't just any closet. This is my prayer closet, the place I discovered that hope. And to my surprise, I learned that real hope isn't wishing or being optimistic. I tried that. And to be real, some things are just out of our control, and it doesn't matter how positively we try to think about it. We can't sway an outcome just because we wish it wouldn't happen or we were optimistic that it would. Don't get discouraged yet. Although we may not be in control, God is. And that's what real hope is anchored in. Remember when I said last year was rough? Well, let me get real. I was betrayed by someone I really loved, and it hurt. But I thought I could turn it around with hope, or what I thought was hope at the time. I believed that if I sent up enough prayers, just stayed positive, everything would work out the way I wished. But after a few months of praying and wishing and believing, I realized that was not the case. The person wasn't changing, and it didn't matter how much I wish they did, it was out of my control. And I'm not gonna lie, I held a grudge against God. I thought he failed me. Why would he let something like this happen to me? Why wouldn't he just answer my prayers? But it was in that season that God revealed to me my hope was not anchored in him. It was anchored in other people and my circumstances and the outcome that I hoped for. Hebrews 11, aka the Hall of Faith, shows us that people like Abraham and Moses died before they got to see the outcome or the promise. And yet, their stories are encouraging us thousands of years later because of the great hope they had. You see, biblical hope is anchored in trusting who God says he is. It's not wishing for a certain outcome, but trusting whatever the outcome is, God will work everything out for your good. Trust me, I'm so glad I did away with false hope. It only led to continued disappointment. But real hope? The hope that's offered because of Jesus' resurrection, that leads to a more refined version of you and an abundant life forever.
Let us hold firmly to the hope we claim to have. Let us hold firmly to the hope we claim to have. Let us hold firmly to the hope we claim to have. The God who promised is faithful. The God who promised is faithful. The God who promised is faithful to pull us through. And now let us consider how we can stir up one another to love. Let us help one another do good works. Let us consider how we can stir up one another to love. My best hope is kept in you. My best hope is kept in you. God, my best hope is well kept in you. My best hope is kept in you. My best hope is kept in you. God, my best hope is well kept in you.
So I actually felt like that was a team effort to get the letters out of the pool.
I was able to spell hope with all letters. Jamie spelt O as in, oh no, I have to eat that smoothie. Left E there and left the P in the pool.
I did. I peed in the pool.
From the bottom of my heart, Jamie,
Yeah.
I wish you nothing but the best. From you drinking the bottom of the Ocean Smoothie. Bring it on in!
Okay, here we go. Okay, I guess it's the one with the seaweed.
Oh, you want to start with it?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's like an appetizer. Okay, it kind of melts in my mouth. Tastes fishy. That's gross.
It looks very, very lumpy.
Oh, gross. I see there are sardines because there's a chunk of sardine floating on the top. It smells so bad. I'm like...
It's okay. Well, Jamie, mine doesn't smell that much better. It just smells like health. Like, you know, like really fresh, green, healthy things. Let's both take a
All
sip.
right, let's do it.
1, 2, 3. Oh, no. That's delightful. That's really... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, dear, Jamie. I'm so sorry. You are drinking blueberries, seaweed, sardines, and garnished with gummy sharks. How does it taste? Oh, no.
I swallowed it. I didn't throw up. Okay, I did it. Woo!
Wow.
Yeah, that was probably one of the grossest things I've drank on the Loop Show.
So mine just tastes like a really fresh fruit smoothie, probably healthy with a lot of antioxidants, and I just feel like I'm ready to face the day.
So, when it comes to your future or things that you don't know or the circumstances of your life, whether good or bad, when it comes to any of that, what's your hope in? What is your hope anchored to? We know that an anchor on a boat is the device that keeps the boat from floating off from where it currently sits. So they drop an anchor down into the water, it grabs onto something, and the boat's able to stay firm regardless of how heavy the wind is or how much the water is moving. The boat stays exactly where it's at. And some of you, that's what you want your life to do right now. You want your life just to stay. You want it to stop moving so quickly. You want some comfort right where you sit. And what I know is that when our hope is anchored in anything but God, our life just continues to move back and forth like it's lost at sea. So when we put our hope in anything but God, we're setting ourselves up to be let down. People are going to let you down. Situations are going to let you down. You yourself, you're going to let yourself down. But God never will. God will never leave you. He will never forsake you. He will never fail you. And that's why our hope is anchored in God. God, the creator of the universe, that loves you, that wants to know you, that wants a relationship with you. God will never fail you. So what's your hope anchored in? Is it in God or is it anything else? Because anything else will let you down, but God never will.
A verse that gives me hope. This verse really gives me hope.
So a verse that gives me hope is in the very last book of the Bible. It's Revelation 21:5. And God just tells the person writing the book, "Behold, I am making all things new." And that gives me hope because it doesn't matter how much I feel like things are falling apart or like I'm losing control or how bad things get. I know in the end, God is going to make all things new.
A prayer of hope.
A prayer of hope. A prayer of hope.
My best hope is in you, God. It's not just a wish or a positive outlook. My future is yours, so lead me to great acts of love.
No matter what circumstances come my way.
No matter what circumstances come my way, I will not pull up my anchor. I hold firmly to the hope I claim in you.
I hold firmly to the hope I claim in you.
I hold firmly to the hope I claim in you.
I hold firmly to the hope I claim in you.
Okay, so that challenge was more challenging than I was expecting.
The challenge was fun, and then we got all those letters out at the same time. That was awesome, but the real challenge was drinking the bottom of the ocean smoothie. And it was the chunks that did it for me. It wasn't necessarily the smell, it was just the chunks.
I do believe that is the most challenging part of the challenge.
Yes, who thought that I was gonna throw up? Who thought that I was gonna, blow chunks? I was about to throw up.
Yeah, it looked like you were gonna get seasick.
Oh, that's good.
That belief you have that tomorrow will be better, that is hope.
And the hope that you find in Jesus is the best hope.
So anchor your hope in him.
Because God is faithful.
He keeps his promises.
And he will never let you down.
And that's the best hope we have.
All right, are you ready to steer this boat into the future?
You betcha. Enjoy the ride.
Shark sound. Shark sound. Shark sound. Shark sound. Shark.
It's a subscribe shark. Better subscribe, otherwise they'll get you.
And like and comment.
Or they'll listen. They are mostly safe.
Mm-hmm.